Flosstube 63. My name is Candace, and this is my Flosstube channel. Mostly cross stitch, sometimes some quilting, sometimes some knitting. I actually have both today. I mean, well, all three. There's always cross stitch, but I actually have quilting and knitting today. It's amazing. So, today's September 1st. Seriously, it's September, you guys. I mean, for me, this pretty much starts fall because I want to stitch all things autumn right now. Halloween, fall colors, all of it. I'm here for it. So, I don't have a ton of stitching. Sorry, I'm going to move this cord. Hopefully it doesn't bump anything. There we go. So, I don't have a ton of stitching on multiple projects, but I have a lot of stitching on a few projects. So generally I'll stitch depending on what groups are doing what events for the month. I'll just kind of follow those. I fell off of Uno quite early from some of my Sane Stitchers. I'm not exactly sad about that. It was fun and I could have gotten caught up, but I was just really feeling more monogamous stitching. I mean, I still wasn't totally monogamous, but I focused on a few projects instead of the many. So we'll see what this month brings. September for me is stitch what you want September, because I know a lot of people do sampler September. That's not me. I do have a couple of things that would be considered samplers, but I am not like full-blown Brenda and the Cereal Starter or I can't think. I have such a headache. I can't think of anything off the top of my head today. So I'm just going to stitch what I want. Now I mentioned last week I'm going on vacation for a week this month. So I will likely take maybe one project with me that'll be fairly simple, and I'll be lucky if I touch it in the airport. I highly doubt I'll do any stitching while we're gone. And I'll take one knitting project because knitting is super easy on the plane. Super easy. So I apologize. The no makeup, the blotchy face, that's what it looks like when I don't put makeup on. But I've had a headache all day. And I know it's the weather. It is gorgeous outside. It is so nice outside. I think it's probably around 80, but there is very, very little humidity. Very little. And it is just gorgeous out. It's breezy. You know, I mean, my hair was all blowing everywhere when I got out of work. But it's so nice outside. So when I get done with this, I'm going to go open the windows and let the fresh air in. The dogs are outside. I guarantee they're not going to be tapping on the door during this video. They'll probably be eating all the grass that my husband cut yesterday. So let's see. Yeah, so September is going to be pretty much stitch whatever I feel like. I did get set up for a couple of challenges. There's the regular in Full Coverage Fanatics, the regular monthly books. So there's 3 books. And then they are doing a history sprints. So I signed up for it. If I get 1 or 2 sprints done, great. If I don't, it's not a big deal. And then in Sane Stitchers, as far as I know, they're still not accepting new members. But the group is linked below, so you can always check that anytime and see if the group is open back up or not. I haven't heard anything though. So for Sane, I'm going to do Stitchmanji, which is like Jumanji. But it's basically a board game. And you just roll a dice, or 1 die, and then you do whatever you land on. So I started that today, so we'll see. And then I'm also doing, what was the other one? You have to link your projects. You have to have at least 10 projects, and you have to link them. So like for my first one, I did the lily that I'm working on, and then my next project, whatever I work on, I have to link it. So I figured I'd work on Mini Dark Goddess because it's also a flower. So then my third project, I will have to link Mini Dark Goddess to something else. So, I don't know, maybe a chart that has purple in it. You know, it doesn't have to be like, you can stretch things a bit, according to what they said. But the biggest thing is having at least 10 whips, because you have to do 10 before you can go back and repeat a whip. So, we'll see how that goes. I mean, I started it today, we'll see. But the stitches for each one get higher as you, so I'm doing the 100 stitches. So my very first project I do 100 stitches. My second project I do 200. My third project I do 300. My fourth 400, all the way up to 1,000, and then I go back. I assume that's how it works. We'll be lucky if I get 10 done this month. So let's see. Let's do a new start. I did a new start because I could not help myself, and Chris Cross Stitch is doing this one, and he's talking about getting his back out, and I know a bunch of other people are working on it. So it is Halloween Cat from Satsuma Street. So this is done on a 30 count periwinkle. Now, I don't have Weeks Dye Works, I think that's what it was, Weeks Dye Works fabric. Yeah, 30 count linen. I don't have anything like that. So I am using a 28 count anemone Jobelin from Brandy at Bestitch Me. So here is where I am. So I started this the other day, and I decided to use Sulky Blendables for the moon. And I love it. So this is a 28 count Jobelin. Now, the Sulky looks really good. However, I started stitching the black in Sulky Black, one strand, because the blended is 1/2. I started doing that with the black, and the coverage was terrible. So I have a feeling that that Sulky Black has the same problem that DMC has, where it's just too thin to stitch it 1/2. So instead, I grabbed my Anchor Black, and I'm doing it 2/2. So, I mean, the coverage looks like it normally would on a 28 count Jobelin. I wish it was a smidge thicker. And I guess what I could have done is used like one strand of Sulky and one strand of Anchor, and maybe that would have been better. Maybe I'll try that, because I wouldn't be opposed to ripping that black out. I don't know. From a distance, you're not going to be able to tell. But I decided after doing the Sulky Blendables on the moon, I'm pretty sure that I am going to convert this entire chart to Sulky. Except for the cat. Because if I do the black in Anchor and then do Sulky for the grays, I think it's going to look weird. Because the Sulky has a shine to it, a sheen. Anchor and DMC don't. They're very matte. So maybe I will try that. Maybe I'll try the one strand of Anchor and the one strand of Sulky and see what it looks like. Because then in that case, I can use Sulky for the other colors on the cat's face. I think that's what I'll do. So, this is Halloween Cat. I know you guys love my needle minder. Rebel Stitcher. Okay. So, after Halloween Cat, we have whips. First one, If Pumpkins Could Fly by Hands On Design. I love this chart. I could not put it down. Could not put it down. This is on a 32 count. I forgot. 32 count Color and Cotton tea leaves. So here's where I was last time. What? There's where I am now. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. I love it. Kathy is a genius. Kathy Haberman is a genius. I just love this so much. So I did convert some colors. The orange is a Mystic Diamond Arts pumpkin. It's a good name for it. And then the galvanized and, so the gray and the black, galvanized and blackboard, those are the ones that are in the chart. My green I changed from, grasshopper to, I can't see it. From grasshopper to scuppernong. Is that how you say that? Scuppernong. My white is whitewash and my yellow is squash. There is a fruit fly down here. I don't know why it's down here. There's no food down here, but there's a fruit fly down here. It's driving me nuts. So anyway, there we go. That is what, that light is really bright. Hold on. Maybe we'll try that. Maybe that'll work better. I don't know. Just makes me look more like a ghost, I think. So, wow. I guess the overhead light does things to it also. So anyway, that's If Pumpkins Could Fly. There is a hashtag on Instagram. It's called the hashtag Flying Pumpkin Sal, S-A-L. And it is myself doing it on tea leaves. Crystal is doing hers on Kermit. And Tracy from, so it's Crystal is at Crystal Row. Tracy from OG Stitchery is doing hers on purple. And then EJ is doing hers on a fabric. EJ from Sunshine Stitchers is doing hers on a fabric, I think a little bit darker than mine. I can't remember exactly what her fabric was. I know she said it in their video on Sunday and I can't remember. But, so there's my If Pumpkins Could Fly. This sucker is going to be done for next video, just so you know. All right, and then I worked on Lily. So the chart is called Lily 1, and it is from Light Unicorn Designs on Etsy. This is what it looks like. Oops. I'm going to need that color tomorrow. So this is on another Bestitch Me fabric, another purple. I like purple. It is a 32 count Lugana in Lotus. And I am doing this 1/1. So here's where it was before. 1/1 on 32 count. And here we are now. There we go. That's better. So, I know those teeny tiny stitches, but I love how it looks. I love it. I think is going to be amazing. There. Put my, wait, maybe this will help. There. It just, I just love how it's turning out. I cannot wait to have this done. I have a little over 3,000 stitches. I did a little over 200 today, so I'm just over 3,000 stitches on this one. But yeah, so it's a Stargazer Lily. I had it in my bouquet when my husband and I got married. Our anniversary is the 18th of this month, and it will be 12 years for us. So we'll be in Mexico. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And I believe they are still booking at like 60%. So we should have no problem staying away from all of their people. Plus we have to prove that we're vaccinated, so. Okay, so that was Lily. And yeah, 1/1 on 32 count might seem hard, but if you can see the holes to do 2/2 on 32, you can see them to do 1/1, so. Okay, let's do, I'll save that for just a second. when I get my sulky conversion all figured out, that fruit fly is driving me insane. When I get the sulky conversion figured out for Halloween Cat from Satsuma Street, I will list it. Whether it's on this video or my next video. Because I'm going to have to work a little bit to, you know, pull the DMC, because I have that color card that I showed you guys, but it's so old, a lot of the colors are not on it that I need. So I'll have to actually pull the DMC physically to match it up, because I want to make sure it looks good. So, Whipgo numbers were called. Yay! Number 15 and number 25. My number 15 is a new start. Oh darn. I'm so bummed about that. And on my Whipgo board, I'm standing over my ironing pad, and apparently when I hit it, it shakes my camera. So my number 15 is a new start. It is from Madame Chantilly, and it is Celebrate Autumn. How fitting, because I want to work on all things autumn. This is perfect. So my goal is to do the top tray. So from this flower and that leaf garland up is what my goal is. That should be, I mean, these things are huge. Have y'all seen how big these are? They're ginormous. I don't think, no, I have most of the DMC pulled in here, but I will do like I've done on Celebrate Christmas, and I will end up, all of the colors that are used the most, I am going to pull from my overdyed floss stash to make it my own. So I'll match up the DMC, or I have the DMC pulled, so I'll just pull colors that are similar out of my, my overdyed floss. And then the fabric I'm going to use is a 32 count Lugana from Bestitch Me in Artemis. I'm sorry, it is really wrinkly because it was just shoved in the bag. Oh, hold on, let me do this, because then you can't see through it. So this is Artemis from Bestitch Me. So I'm going to use this for Celebrate Autumn. I was really excited when I saw number 15 was called. I was really excited. Okay. And actually, probably while I'm down here, I might start pulling colors for that. Then the other one that was called was number 25. And number 25 for me is from Little Dove Designs, and it is Winter Warmth. This is on a 14 count light seafoam Aida. And if I wasn't as far as I am, I would start it over. If you've seen this before, you've heard me say that, because for one thing, I started too far down. It's more than 3 inches. So here's where I am. Got all that white. I think I did that for a challenge. Stitched a whole bunch on that. But I'm going to end up having like maybe an inch, half an inch or so. Yeah. There we go. But I'm far enough that I don't want to start over. So I will put this in a Q-snap and I will get to stitching. Now my goal for Whipgo on this was a finish. I can pretty much guarantee that's not going to happen, and it's okay. This was my first time doing Whipgo. I obviously overshot on my goals, and I mean, they would be attainable if I was a monogamous stitcher, but generally I'm not. And I'm not one to start a whole bunch of things, but I've really been feeling the starts. I have massive startitis lately. So it's really good that one of my Whipgos is a new start. Okay. That is it for the cross stitch whips and Whipgo. Now I have my knitting whip. So this is that it? Okay. I told you, my brain, I have such a sinus headache, it's ridiculous. when the weather changes like this, my head goes nuts. So this is the Weekender Light by Andrea Mowry. You can find her designs on her website, which is candace.koester, or you can find her on Ravelry. So I'm doing this in Stroll Tweed Fingering. The color is Barn Door Heather. That's not too bad this week. That's about the right color. So I got, this is the back ribbing. That little marker is where I was last week when I showed it to you. So I got the rest of the ribbing for the back of the sweater done. They're so pretty. And my little sheep. And then I got started on the front ribbing. So this will actually be shorter. So this will be 2 1/4, 2.5 inches, I think. And this was 3 1/4. So the back ribbing is a little bit longer than the front ribbing. So it's kind of like a high-low, a little higher in the front, a little lower in the back. So I got this. I have probably 1/2 inch to go. And then these two get joined together and I get to start knitting in the round. Yay! I'm all ready for that because, I mean, I don't mind knit one, purl one ribbing. I really don't. But I'll get to switch to a size 4 needle and I can knit much faster on a size 4 than I can on a size 2. So, okay. So that is my knitting whip. And then my quilting whip. So I'm doing the 2021 Designer Mystery Block of the Month from Fat Quarter Shop. I'm also doing the 2020. I want to keep kept up on one, and the 2021 is finished. So 2021 Mystery Block of the Month, we've gotten the first 3 blocks, and my first 3 blocks are done. So this is the first one. And all these, oh, hold on. Haha. Let me get I have a little design board for putting my pieces on, but this should help some from being able to see through. That's so sad. So anyway, this is my first block. This one is not the easiest. There's a little bit of puckering and maybe a point or 2 don't match, but that's okay. So this is the first one, and these blocks use Fig Tree fabrics. Fig Tree is, Joanna Figueroa is one of my favorite designers. Fig Tree and Lello Boutique are basically my 2 favorites. So this is block 2. This one was really easy. And my points matched up and they look really good. And I was super excited at how this one turned out. And then block 3, I love the most. I love it. This thing was so fast. You hear that, Crystal? Block 3, super fast. I mean, so fast to stitch. Or to sew, I guess. And because this one was so easy and so quick, I decided that I'm going to use this block for my son's quilt. And that's the fabric that's hanging right here. I starched it. I was going to make a test block, but instead I have Electronic Quilt EQ8, and I got in there and I created this block and then put in the colors. So these darker squares are going to be red, and then these 4 squares will be one shade of blue, and then all the rest of these squares will be a different shade of blue. So you can see I've got 3 shades of blue that you can see. There's actually 5 shades of blue, a red, and then the white for the background. So I'm going to do my oldest, because I made him the Super Mario, fruit fly, the Super Mario quilt. And while he loves it, it's not big enough for his bed. I should have added way more borders or figured something else out, but it's just not big enough. This one will be big enough. This one will be, I'm going to put sashing in between, with red cornerstones. So this one will end up being 86 by 86. He'll have like a 16-inch drop. So that means that the quilt will come 16 inches over the edge of his bed on each side and the bottom. So yeah, it'll be big enough. And I have enough fabric. I don't have to buy any extra fabric. The backing is, I can't remember if I showed it before. Hold on. And I want you to see my awesome shorts that I put on after I got out of work. But my shirt's great. Look, it's my t-shirt. I found that on Amazon. Okay, so this fabric, this is discontinued. You will not be able to find it anymore. This is from Marcus Fabrics. Laura Behringer was the designer. And this is called Barnegat Bay. So that's going to be the back of his quilt. I actually had this entire collection and had started to make a quilt for them out of that. But I was so new at quilting at the time. I had no idea about color placement. My blocks were so busy. I didn't have a background color. The blocks were just made out of all of the fabrics instead of having anything to like, there was nothing cohesive about it. It was the whole quilt top I ended up tossing. So yeah. So anyway, that is going to be his. And then I have all of my Halloween cross stitch pieces that I've never finished. Let's go through them real quickly. But I have some finishing items. So I don't know how I'm going to finish this one yet. This is from the Drawn Thread. It's called It's Almost Halloween. This was Britter Cup Designs Boo, I think. I know it's Britter Cup Designs, but I'm going to finish this just flat, and I have one of these little boards from Michaels that I'm going to put it on. Then we have Izzie Dekayen from Silver Creek Samplers. And this one I have a piece of foam core right here. So I just need to figure out what size, because I have some other stuff that I could put fabric behind this and then put it in there. This is Lizzie Kate Spooky String. And then I got this little thing at Joann's, I think. I don't know, I've had it for a really long time. It doesn't say where it's from, but it does have hangers on it, so I can hang it up, but I need to finish that first. And then this is Spooky. Oh gosh. I can't remember. I'll link it below. I gifted the chart already. So this is Spooky. And I think I'm going to use this little finishing thing. It says Bless Our Nest. What, like I have baby squirrels? No. So I will put some fabric behind it probably, and then finish it on here. But I pulled all that out because I want to get this finished. I want to get them finished. Okay, last thing, I think, is just a few things that I acquired in the mail this week. Two of which being yeah, I did it. I got him. So this is only one. The other one just came today. I didn't even open the box yet, which is why I don't have the full conversion for Halloween Cat yet. But FYI, for all the people that are looking at these on Sulky's website, you can save $40 by getting them on Amazon. They're $40 off on Amazon. It's the Dream Collection 1, Dream Collection 2. It's fantastic. It's perfect. And if you get both of them on Amazon, you save $80 off of the Sulky website price. Yes, please. Okay, so then I actually pre-ordered these back when they were first shown. So this is Corey Yoder, Cozy Up. I'm very excited. I wish they had a picture of the whole collection on the back, like they sometimes do, but they don't. I have 2 of them. So I'm going to make at least 1 quilt and possibly some pillows out of it. However, I have to make sure the dogs don't get the pillows. Then Fig Tree, on their website, they Joanna and her husband Eric sell Fig Tree products as well. So some of their fabrics, they'll make specialized bundles, quilt-alongs, stuff like that. So I had the chance to order one of the extra little box of figs. I was really excited about this because I had been thinking about it, but I wasn't sure. This is amazing. So these are stickers. So you can really do whatever you want with them. Put them on something, write on them. Then also, now, if you're one of those people that, I have a hair somewhere in my shirt, I'm sorry, that did get this and you haven't gotten yours yet. I don't know why you wouldn't have gotten it unless you're way out of the country. But if you don't want to be spoiled, then look away. So, 2 mini charm packs. All Hallows Eve, Pumpkins and Blossoms. Then we got 2 Pumpkins and Blossoms charm packs. I just, look at the colors. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. So pretty. There is a low volume bundle. I think these are half yard cuts. Wait. Oh, wait. I have my sheet. Oh, it doesn't say. It just says the yardage included in the box. So I'm not sure how much Easter these are, but those actually make, there it is, the Acorn Woods quilt pattern. Now this is not really my jam, but let me tell you, I will find something else to do with this fabric. And then it did come with like a pillow or a table topper, 2 different ones. It also came with this mini vintage cutting mat. Green on one side, peach on the other. This is absolutely Fig Tree colors right there. Green and peach. Okay, and then there is some body butter from the Old Whaling Company. And this is Moda Findings. Seriously. So it's a pin, and it says create. And it's got some of my fabric bits on it. And I think that was it. Oh, and then this was in there. So this is a panel that you can cut apart and do like 6 different blocks or 6 different little projects. These are all very religious sayings. So I don't know. I may cut one of them out and make a bag for my mom. Or I may give this away. I am not sure yet. But this is, it's not really me. So that was in the little box of figs, and she does these boxes 4 times a year, which is awesome. I just love it. I think if I ever get a chance to get on the list, I'm gonna do it. So I got 2 more quilt patterns. These are from the cloth parcel. This is the Candy Shop quilt. And the other one is the Dawning Star quilt. Then, my kids don't know about this yet, but I got these off of Missouri Star Quilt Company's website, and this is called Santa Paws. There is a cat version and a dog version. So, here are the fabrics. You can kind of see. The one in the middle is just Christmas bulbs. So there are the dogs. So you have your like candy cane stripe, dogs, ornaments, dogs, dogs. And then here are the cats. So you have your candy cane stripes, cats, candy cane stripes, cats, cats. Now, these colors are basically all interchangeable. The only difference, the dogs have one extra black background and the cats have the green background one. Otherwise, all the colors are the same. So I think what I'm going to do is there's 5 fat quarters here, and I can just use from my stash for adding colors in, but I'm going to make 2 lap quilts for my kids and mix the dogs and the cats fabric so they each have their own blanket for Christmas. So these will be smaller, like kid lap size. So I mean, I guess they'll just be regular lap size because my 9.5-year-old comes up to here now. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with these. These were on like a daily deal or a weekly deal or something like that. So yeah, I'm just going to pick a really simple pattern for it. And then I did get my second Jolly Bar for this pattern that was in the August Sew Sampler. So I got my second Jolly Bar so I can get started on that. And here is the fabric that I was talking about that I was going to use with it. So this one right here is going to be my binding, that coral. This white with the coral pluses, that's my background. And this is my backing fabric. So those will go with this to make the larger version of this. So that's it. You can kind of see more of my craft space this time. I did move my Creative Grids rulers off of this pegboard door that goes under the stairs. And those are in a ruler rack over next to my cutting mat now. So I still have not woven in ends on my shawl. My yarn is kind of a mess. Oh, and I did get a couple of knitting patterns. So these are going to show up in the form of a picture. So I got, Joji Locatelli is an amazing designer, and every year she does a fall knit along. Now normally it would run September, beginning of September until the end of November. But they decided this year it's just a little bit too much, so they're only going to run it for 6 weeks. So signups started today and go through September 20th. What you do is there's a Google form, you sign up for what project you're going to do of hers, and then you can also tell them, you know, like what yarn you're going to use, because they have some really cool stats that they do at the end for it. But you sign up for those projects, and then they have different threads on Ravelry that go for each category. So there's like a thread that's all sweaters, a thread that's all small accessories. So hats, cowls, mitts, stuff like that. There's one for shawls. Usually the sweaters are split up though. So there's pullovers, there's cardigans. I feel like one other thing is split up too. Maybe it's the, no, shawls and wraps are together, I think. Either way. So there's different groups on or different threads in Joji's group on Ravelry, and then you post your progress in there. It's so much fun. I've done it the last couple of years. Last year, not so much. I just couldn't really get into my groove. I did start a couple of projects for it. One was my basic raglan sweater. If I have a picture of that, I'll throw it up right here. I did that last year. It's not quite cool enough outside to wear it yet. So this year, I am not signing up for too many projects. I'm signing up for 2. So one is this beanie. I will link it below because she just released these patterns today, and I cannot remember the name of it, and my Kindle's upstairs. So this beanie pattern, and then the other one is this cowl pattern. It is beautiful, but I am not using mohair. I'm not doing it because this is something I'm going to wear with my winter coat in Northwest Indiana in the winter. I'm not going to it's not going to be mohair. It'll probably, because that is like, I believe 2 strands of fingering held together. So I'm just going to use DK, and I need to go through my yarn and figure out, because I can look at a picture of the yarn on Ravelry, but I'm not really sure if it actually goes together until I have it in my hands to look at it. So I need to figure out what yarns I'm doing for those 2, but those are the 2 projects that I'm going to do starting on actually, we get our numbers for the projects on the 20th, so maybe it starts on the 21st. I'll check. But I will link Hohi's group on Ravelry down below so that if you're curious about it, you can go and read the thread if you're a knitter. She has such great designs though. I have so many of her patterns, and I've knit so many of her patterns. So I believe that's all I have. My husband and kids should be here in a few minutes. I am going to go take something for this headache. And oh my gosh, how could I forget to mention? I hope you guys got signed up for StitchCon if you're going to go. Or if you want to go. Sign-ups opened today. So I'm such a dork. Had the website open on my computer at work. And so I'm waiting, I'm like watching Flosstube, and I'm working, and I'm looking at the time, and it's like 10:59, and I'm refreshing, waiting for the red button to pop up. My dumb ass clicks on that red button as soon as it pops up on my computer. Social media is blocked on our work computers, which means Google Forms don't work either. So I had to quick get on my phone, get on StitchCon's website, click on the red button to enter. Thank goodness that I stay signed in to Google on my phone, because my information populated so I could just quick answer the couple questions at the bottom and hit submit. But I mean, I got it done by 11:01, but still, because I'm on Central Time. So at 11 a.m. is when signups opened. So I was done within the first minute, but you know that there was more than 600 people that were waiting to sign up. So I really hope that I get in. I did request weekend B. I know it's Father's Day weekend, and a lot of people were like, it's Father's Day weekend. My dad passed away. Almost 8 years ago. Father's Day it's hard for me. It's rough. So, and yeah, my husband is a father, but my kids are what matter on that day to him. Like, my kids appreciate my husband all the time, but I don't know. Father's Day is just hard for me. So, I'm totally fine with going on weekend B. And last year I was home, I think I left probably around 1 o'clock on Sunday, and I drove. I was home by evening to hang out with my husband. So, but yeah, so weekend B. I hope. Keep my fingers crossed that I get in. Okay, so this turned out way longer than I thought it was going to. I feel like I just rambled a whole bunch. But you guys have left some really amazing comments, and I really appreciate it. So, link down below is my link tree if you have any questions about where my Instagram is, or where my Ravelry or anything like that, that's all in my link tree. There is a support me link on there, which is just like buy me a coffee. Actually, that one might still be on there too. It's literally, it's only for giveaways. That's all it is. So I don't expect anything. I just have it because someone asked before, so it's there. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys subscribing and liking and sharing me with your friends or mentioning me. I really appreciate it. This is fun for me. Even with a headache, this is what I looked forward to all day. So, yeah, that's it for this week. Happy September, everybody. I will see you guys next Wednesday. That will be my last Flosstube before vacation. Oh, no, wait. I think I can record once more. I think I can record on the 15th. Yeah, but then you won't get one from me for like 2 weeks. So yeah, but I'll be here next week. I will see you guys next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all your support and comments. I love it. I appreciate it. Bye.